67. That is 067. Total number of polling stations, 50,739. Total number of polling stations from which the results have been received so far, 35,491, which represents 69.95% of the total number of polling stations. At this hour, the performance of the presidential candidates is as follows. Bulira Frank Kavinga, 35,315 votes, representing 0.44% of the valid votes cast for the candidates. Kasvante Robert, 24,564, representing 0.31% of valid votes cast for candidates. Kyagulanyi Sentam Robert, 1,709,474, representing 21.33% of valid votes cast. Maveriz Joseph, 16,813 votes, representing 0.21% of the valid votes cast. Mugisha Gregory Muntu Oyera, 44,367, representing 0.55% of the valid votes cast. Munyagwa Mubarak Serunga, 22,232 votes, representing 0.28% of the valid votes cast. Nandala Mafabi James Nathan, 157,111 votes, presenting 1.96% of the valid votes cast. Yoweri Tuhaburwa Kaguta Museveni, 6,003,657, representing 74.92 valid votes cast. Valid votes in a total are 8,013,533. 8,013,533. That is the total number of valid votes for all the candidates. Invalid votes, 202,808, which is equivalent to 2.47% of the total votes cast. Total votes altogether, 8,216,341, representing 37.95% of the registered voters. Spoiled votes, 27,740. That is the position that we have as of this hour and minute. And the next briefing will be at 10 o'clock. The next briefing or update of the results will be at 10 o'clock. I thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Lord Chairperson and Deputy Chairperson of the Commission, members of the Commission, the Secretary of the Commission, all invited guests. Ladies and gentlemen, on the screen as you see, and as earlier indicated, that's a breakdown of the particulars that have been presented. Evening tea is served. Make sure you pass by the service tents that are upstairs there, on the upper side, outside this main tent, and take some tea. Supper will also be served before convening here at 10 p.m. Both have been prepared for you. Those of you in the room here, the ones that are watching on various platforms on TV, please find some tea and supper, and then we'll see you again here at the EC grounds in Roa at 10 p.m. Here where we are, for those who are watching for the first time, we are at the Electoral Commission grounds in Rumowa, in Rweza, in Makinde Sabagabo, and on these premises is where the headquarters, the first permanent headquarters of the Electoral Commission are going to be constructed. So in many ways we are part of making that history with this place serving as the national tally center for the presidential elections of 2026. You are welcome. For now, please feel at home at this home of yours, of the Electoral Commission, your Electoral Commission. Have some tea, have some conversation, and we'll see you again at 10 p.m. My name is Julius Muchunguzi. I am the head of public relations and spokesperson of the Electoral Commission. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Justice Simon Byabakama, together with his commission, has just concluded giving us an update, but of course informing us that he will be coming back later at about 10 p.m. to give us probably the last update of the day. But as of the way things look right now, out of the 50,000 polling stations, so far we have covered about 35,000, that is 483, that is about 69.95% according to the different polling stations that we have covered so far. That means we have about 40% of the different polling stations that we have covered so far from this particular time. But results coming in from the different candidates, that is the presidential, according to how information is coming in, Bulira Frank has actually not made any adjustment when it comes to percentage. Has about 0.44%, that is coming in with 35,315. When you do add some mathematics, he has done some addition there in Kasibante Robert. He has moved an inch from 0.30% to about 0.31%. Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu right now has about 1,709,474. That is making it 21.33% from 20.71%. Mabirizi Joseph coming in there, sticking from to 0.21%. Actually, from the time Justice Simon Byabakama started announcing these results, Mabirizi Joseph has been on that percentage, 0.21, coming in there with 16,813. Gregory Mugisha Muntu coming in there with 44,367. That is 0.55%. Monyagwa coming in with 0.28%. After adding in, that is about 22 1,232. Nathan Nadala Mafabi coming in there with 1.96%, that is 157,111 coming in there, and Yoweri Kaguta Museveni right now having that percentage over 74.92. Now it looks like it is over, but it is not over yet, because now it is now clear that the tussle is between Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu and candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. I want to see if I can get some opportunity to talk to some of these people who are there, so it is very important we shall be having that opportunity. However, Ugandans didn't have a choice, or still have a choice, because it was done. It is done, and what we wait for is tomorrow to see how best can we get to that, because the tussle being between Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, this is the second time they are meeting on the ballot. Who will take it away? President Museveni, candidate Museveni rather, has always been saying that he has to win this with beyond 80%. How can we get to this? That is something we shall be justifying that come tomorrow from Justice Simon Byabakama. But the other candidates also still have hopes to see how best they can get there. So the question is, will Ugandans send back the same candidate to lead the nation? That is making it the fifth decade. That is, if candidate Museveni goes through, that will be his 7th term from the time he came into this position. That is in 1986. So those are some of the things that Ugandans have to put in place. Those are some of the things that people must think about. We have very many observers here. We do have very many important guests. I have seen the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, that is Right Honourable Anita Among. So it is very important. Just as my camera person can show you, I want to see if I can talk to some of these people. It is very important. If the speaker is in place, what needs to be done? We shall be getting at least a word, one or two, so that she shares her opinion right live on UBC. Yes, the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament is still going through some of the issues. The map is displayed by the Electoral Commission. So she has to look at how things have been unfolding. But when we do get an opportunity, we shall have to understand, what does she think? I do understand she does have an overview of the entire picture. Polling has been going on, but what do Ugandans have to understand from the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament? Looking at how the polls have been coming through, you will realize that Ugandans have tried so much to ensure that they abide by what has been put in place by the Electoral Commission, by the way, but also putting in mind that the police has also did put up a number of measures, and these are things that Ugandans now need to abide to. We did have the first national vice chairperson of National Resistance Movement, that is Haj Moses Chigongo. He did appear here. He did observe what happened. He did observe actually the second reading of Justice Simon Byabakama. And right now we do have the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Anita Among, and also the lawyer of the National Resistance Movement, that is Edwin Karujire. And those who have been following the different nominations, those who have been seeing what has been taking place, he is one of the agents of the National Resistance Movement. So we shall be understanding from some of these people, that is, if we do get an opportunity, but also putting in mind that part of the observers that we do have coming in from the different parts of the country, we do have those from European Union, but they were given guidelines, because I do understand tomorrow there will be a presser that is at about 10 a.m. To address the nation on what has been observed. 2 days down the road, this is a democratic journey that very many Ugandans have been waiting for. So the question is, how best can this be achieved? If the process has been free and fair, how did we get to that? We do have different opinions from some of these leaders. So it is very important, if we do get the people who are behind the entire process. Justice Simon Byabakama has always been hinting on a number of issues, how they did follow the law, and how to ensure that Ugandans actually abide by what is put in place. This is something Ugandans have been waiting for. But the most important thing is tomorrow. If Justice Simon Byabakama says that tomorrow by about 4 p.m. we shall be in position to understand that what will be the final declaration. Now, how will it be? All right. Now, as we do wait for the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, that is, if we do get a chance to speak to him, we also do have other dignitaries around.